What's the reaction like being here in France?
All right, well, just a quick look at French and foreign media. First of all, Jeune Afrique, the French language Pan-African website, they're reporting on this, as are a lot of other media, for example, in countries where these symbolic parliamentary votes have also taken place, such as in Spain. El País reporting on it as well. And you can see a photo here on their article taken in Ramallah this afternoon. Thank you, France, for voting yes for Palestine. So a lot of the reporting this afternoon has been pretty much straight down the line factual reporting, Luke. Not a huge amount of editorials that have come through since the vote. Of course, an awful lot of opinion pieces in the weeks and days leading up to the vote. You can see here the left-leaning daily Haaretz in Israel also reporting on it pretty factually. No opinion pieces on their website since the vote. But on the Times of Israel website, they have a piece in the last day or two reporting on a French MP for overseas citizens who made it known in the parliament in the last couple of days. He's a French Jewish lawmaker that he is against this Palestinian recognition, and it would import the Middle East conflict and invite more anti-Semitic attacks, says Mayor Habib. Le Point published an opinion piece by Bernard-Henri Lévy, the, I suppose, celebrity philosopher in France, who says that French MPs recognising a Palestinian state where half the government continues to claim to call for the destruction of Israel, that this is simply not for French MPs to vote on. So look, everybody putting in their tuppence worth, as they say, Luke, in terms of opinion pieces.
Okay, so the editorials have been relatively restrained for now. Has the situation been the same on the social media here in the French-speaking world? Is there a buzz going?
Well, a certain amount of opinion coming across on social media as well. For example, the mayor of the southern French city of Nice, the right-leaning UMP mayor Christian Estrosi, he was pretty strong in his wording on Twitter. He said, I voted against the creation of a Palestinian state, a shameful choice. Undignified of it's not the government, the majority is not it's undignified of them to do this. Other comments pointing out that neither the Prime Minister nor the Foreign Minister were present, and this particular Twitter user saying that is what is shameful. Elsewhere, this Twitter user saying the French Parliament voting to recognise Palestine at last, giving the Palestinian people dignity and working towards peace and justice. So that tweet very much in favour. First, Sweden, and it's not the Swedish Parliament, but also Sweden officially recognised Palestine as a state. That is the exception of in Europe, where in terms of the countries where parliaments have voted symbolically, such as in Spain, the UK, and in Ireland. Palestine's voice is beginning to be heard. Just one or two cartoons as well. This one in Middle East, it's a cartoon, if I can find it, in the Middle East Monitor. You can see the separation wall between Israel and Palestine there, and that is the French flag bursting through, and that Twitter user says, thank you, France. And Le Monde's cartoonist Plantu, I suppose, indicating that François Hollande might be under pressure to actually I suppose, make a decision in terms of where he stands on the recognition of a Palestinian state. You can see here he is on top of Barack Obama, and both of them are sort of trying to balance, engage in a balancing act. So I suppose pointing to an indecisive position, maybe, which might have to become less indecisive.
Okay. One of the things that some of our interviewees have raised has been the fact that what really the impact is this likely to have? And for many, it seems very small. What's the feeling you're getting?
All right, well, Alain Grèche, writing for Le Monde Diplomatique in the last week or two, what use is recognising Palestine, or French recognition of Palestine? And he's actually hypothesising that this parliamentary symbolic vote may at some point become an official French recognition. And even then, he says, of course it will be a cause for joy, but only moderate joy from his point of view, because the consequence would only be to confirm Palestine on the political and diplomatic map. Would it stop settlement building that Israel is still engaged in? And would it stop the situation in Gaza, where rebuilding is being blocked by an Israeli siege, which is being supported by President Sisi in Egypt? So I suppose just a kind of a pragmatic stance there in that article, saying that really this isn't exactly what is going to move things forward. Perhaps Europe-wide sanctions may be more effective. Quick look at one or two other articles. This one in the Courrier International. They are saying that it is pointless as well to recognise Palestine in the sense that this is not the executive, this is the parliament, and that it's well, actually, what this article is saying is that the political situation is so fractured in Palestine that they wouldn't even be able to benefit from it anyway. And finally, Harold Hyman, interviewed by Paris Match, says that this is just gesticulation by MPs. It's pure and simple gesticulation. It serves no real purpose except making French MPs feel morally happy. Luke.
And on that note, James Creedon, thank you very much for that Media Watch. Watching France 24, time now for our focus. And as